Well, hello everybody. My name's James Malley, and it's my great privilege to be the head teacher of Royal Alexander and Albert School for this year. And occasionally, when we put out a letter, I'll try to record a video or something like this, just so we can keep in touch with parents in particular, at a time where it is clearly we're still in a position where it's very hard to meet with you in large groups in too often a time. You'll be aware from having read the letter that unfortunately we have a cluster of COVID cases in one of our houses, and what that means is that we need to take some steps to try and get that balance right in terms of seeking to protect or prevent the spread of COVID, whilst also trying to be really confident about the learning and the co-curricular and all those other activities that get on here. David Blow, the other head teacher, and myself have been so warmly welcomed by this great community, and I've been able to chat with a few parents where I can, but seeing the students and their lessons and their learning, seeing the way they are about the school, really getting a feel for the commitment of the staff, and I think we're really fortunate to have such a fantastic committed staff group here. It's been a real pleasure to come into the school, and of course the pandemic will hit us with things probably in the coming months, and we'll need to be measured and thoughtful and try to get that balance right. But I think at the moment the way things are nationally is that education is supposed to be able to continue, which is fantastic, and we are able to do all of those great things that we do. But of course we need to have a few things in place regarding COVID to seek to prevent the spread. So the things we've already got in place, just to update parents, and I'm sure you're probably aware, is we're really thoughtful about ventilation. And that does mean the windows are open, and we'll be mindful of that as we get towards the colder months, which obviously we face at the moment. But that is probably the most significant way of reducing the spread of COVID is the ventilation. But we also have other elements that were put in place last year, but we've retained. So a one-way system around school is still in place. The enhanced cleaning is going on around the school. We've got sanitizer available. And probably one of the important ones is about the testing. And all people have got tests at home. If you're a flexi boarder, and if you're a boarder in school, there's tests going on in school, and those are 2 tests a week for everybody. And then where we've had a case in the house, we've actually been putting some students and doing a daily test, and that's really helpful in terms of identifying students where they may have caught COVID, and we need to support them with that, of course. Over the coming weeks, and we hope it's going to be for a comparatively short time, there are going to be a few other additional measures that we're going to have to put in place. We've been liaising with Public Health England, and they have asked us to interpret the way things are in the school and put in some additional measures to seek to support to stop that spread of COVID. So one of the things that junior school parents will be particularly interested in is that just for the time being, the youngsters won't be able to go to Rank Western House at the end of the day and before school. And we're going to put in the extended day program, which those of you who were in the school last year will know how that worked. And we're going to seek to do something similar this year for a short period of time. And Mr. Greenwood will follow that up with you so that you know exactly how that's going to work. We're going to ask all our senior pupils, our staff and our visitors to wear a face covering in the communal areas around the school, so in the corridors, in the canteen before they eat, those sorts of places. Lessons, they will not have to wear a face mask if they don't want to. It's a choice thing. It has been since the start of term, wearing a face mask. And we obviously will keep all of these things under review. Things like our assemblies, our staff meetings, those sorts of things, we will go back to Teams for the time being, again, to prevent that sort of face-to-face contact in large groups. And there's a couple of events, unfortunately, which we are postponing. We're not cancelling, but we're postponing, and that's the junior school welcome, which would have been tomorrow, Saturday the 11th, and our next open morning, which was due on Saturday the 18th. Those events are postponed, but we really hope to be able to get those in before half term. We obviously, as you will appreciate, have to keep in mind what happens with our COVID cases. And there'll be some other events that we're going to have to work out how we go do them, and whether they can run or whether they're postponed. And we're going to really ask people to come in only for essential visits, coming into school, just again so we can just contain that spread for this next period of time. So in my view, the balance is about making sure that the education side of things, developing these youngsters, which is what we're here to do, we have to absolutely focus on that. But I think we all recognise that we've also got a duty around public health and obviously the health of our people to really get that balance and everything else. So it's great working with the leadership team here at the school. They're really, really thoughtful, lots of really strong plannings in place. And really I just wanted to say to parents, thank you for your support. Thank you for your encouragement. Those words of encouragement do mean a lot to colleagues when they get them. And of course, to ask you to continue to show patience as we work through, although we're experienced in dealing with COVID now, the rules and regulations are changing at the start of this year, and we just need to work out our precise approach. I hope you feel we've got a good balance at the moment. We've taken good steps regarding that. And of course, we'll continue to work with you. There may well be updates in the coming week or so. It may be a bit longer, but we will keep you posted and let you know how things are going. We're about to head into Saturday and Sunday and a weekend. So after Saturday school is out the way, I hope you will have a really lovely weekend with your families and friends. And I will be back in touch later on in the term. Thank you.